Hi everyone, this is Voice AI podcast series. I'm Ajitesh. In this podcast, we'll talk about stories that are pushing the boundaries of voice AI. I'm here joined by Krishna, who is using Tough Tongue AI in a very innovative way in the edtech company Bambinos. So Krishna is a product manager who has a very curious coder's mindset and good aspect of business strategy, and he has been able to take a prototype and move into production. So we'll hear his story today. So let me start with asking Krishna to introduce himself.
Hi Jitesh, thank you for getting me here. Hi everyone. So myself Krishna Prasad, I'm into product for past 2 years. I've been working with Bambinos for less than a year, and we are into edtech. We are in Shark Tank funded startup, and we are revolutionizing edtech space. So I've been working with Ajitesh for past few months, and Tough Tongue is really a great help for us in hiring process. So we have been using his voice model for implementing the first round of hiring. We use Tough Tongue's AI model for screening resumes and screening candidates. So it helps us to make up hiring process next faster. Earlier we were
That's
hiring only 5 to 10 teachers per month. Now with the help of Tough Tongue we are literally able to hire around 50 to 70 teachers per month. It is really so helpful.
amazing. 7x growth. So Krishna would love to also like learn a bit about Bambinos. People must have seen on Shark Tank, but which segment do you go cater to? What is the main product or service that you offer as a part of Bambinos?
So we are catering the age group of children of age 4 to 14. We are into multiple courses like English, Maths and Gita. We are focusing primarily on English and Maths, where it is like not only no normal traditional manner, but bringing AI and new innovative ideas to make the children understand the real key use cases of using Max in real life, not only sticking with the books or the problems, like how we implement them in real life. We are helping them with that.
Amazing. Yeah, I also saw that you guys hired for sorry, Gita, I saw, and phonics and
Yeah.
few other these new sort of kind of subjects which I did not used to like hear about, like people hiring tutors, and also that is also pretty interesting that you
So
guys do.
why Gita? Because we see children nowadays are not going away from our roots. Like we need to
Yeah,
teach them values, getting back them to the roots of our culture. Because everyone are busy with in our social life, we don't have enough time to know our culture. So
true.
we have taken a special initiative, bringing back our culture and heritage to our home again.
Nice, nice. I also was very the way I met Krishna was that he booked some time with me, and I was late to that meeting that day. And I met him that he has already gone through our whole website, read the doc, and created the prototype application at that time. And I think within a week, you guys were doing a very good scale. And then, of course, there was a productionization and all of that. So could you walk me like what, how did you you know about Tough Tongue? I think there was some hackathon. What was the story behind you starting on this idea?
Yeah. So it was around 3 months back. I was in an event. One of my friend was using Tough Tongue. So I was so curious about when there are so many products already in the market like Vapi or 11 Labs. What differentiates Tough Tongue is like a product from India, a local
Yeah.
product that helps us scale much better than 11 labs or Vapi. So I need to build a model using Vapi, and I'm from non-tech background. It is really difficult for me because I focus on building a product less than 10 days, try it out. That is my policy. So bring into market. That was a difficult thing for me using Vapi or Level Labs. Then Tough Tongue is like a plug and play thing for us. I just built a prototype in Lovable and added Tough Tongue's API, and we were able to launch the product in less than 4 days. And we tested out it for a month. We onboarded around 5,000 users. It was easy for us to evaluate Tough Tongue's the capacity, and myself I was able to make sure that my prototype that is built without even single line of code was able to handle 5,000 users. We tested it out, it worked well. Then we had a transition to traditional development for scaling purposes. On the initial phase it was difficult for us. How will it work? I mean, bringing AI for hiring, the voice model, I mean AI agent is going to take an interview. How does people feel? Like we are facing so many issues, like this is not working, this is not working. We are facing so many issues from the stakeholders or else the candidates who are coming to the interview. Our groups was fledged with complaints, but with the help of Ajitesh and his team, we were able to sort it out day by day. We used to sit midnight or 24/7, we used to
One
work
AM,
together.
true.
There were so many days we were able to sort it out somehow. And the difficulties, like on the initial phase, it's like all the developers face an issue or implementation stage. Other than that, it was really peaceful.
Right. And I think there are two levels of issues also, right? One was sort of experience issues because people might be in a very different networks, so many devices, phone, like getting all of these experiences right and like the whole workflow. And second aspect was as a completely new thing for people. So there
Yeah,
was a lot of
it was
resistance
completely
that,
new. No one had an idea how AI interview will be because no one has ever experienced it. Everyone, like, we were talking with human, but we did not have a expectation that, and everyone felt like it will be a kind of alien.
true, true.
That
I
experiencing a
also
new
read,
AI thing was so difficult. But it was, to be pretty easy, it was much more easier. Few of our candidates texted me that who got selected, like it was pretty easier than talking to a human.
oh, nice. Yeah, and I read
Because
some of the feedback initially was um, that why are you making us talk to AI? So there was, of course, some pushback, and internally also, I know you had to work through convince the HR team that this is worth trying. And there are some of the unique things you are doing, for example, multimodal, right? You are taking into account voice modulation, video, how it looks, which a lot of AI hiring solution are just transcript based, like whatever people say will be written on transcript and that will be evaluated, while this is much more unique because of the demands of the stakeholder that you had. Yeah, if you could talk through like how did you approach different stakeholders and figure that get their buy-in to move into now like more productionized version.
so on the initial phase, actually, Achitesh has given me free minutes for some days for testing out. So what I did is like simply I had zero idea of hiring purpose. It was like completely on the first phase I had built it for training our salespeople.
Oh,
Sales agents, they need to practice the sessions, practice their pitch, they need to self-validate. So I have built this scenario for sales agents. Then only I thought ki why can we implement in a different manner so we can make the HR's job pretty much easier, because one of our talent acquisition team person, he's really struggling a lot daily, making 100 plus calls, making them to come to office for interview. He's struggling a lot. So it's better, why can't we implement in unique way where no one ever tried it. Then we started implementing AI hiring process, and we made a motto that 24-hour hiring policy, like application apply to onboard, application to onboarding in 24 hours. If you are selected, you will be hired within 24 hours. So we got a policy, and that really made a very good impact for us, because our hiring process started pretty much easier. Earlier, for we started with teachers. Earlier we did not have that much teachers. We were facing a difficulty in availability of teachers. After implementing this, we were able to hire teachers at pretty good speed. Then best part is that the quality. Earlier we had some issues, as I mentioned earlier, but later on we moved with scaling. The quality wise it was much best, because few of our candidates texted me that like we were pretty easy or comfortable with this, because we had some hesitation to ask questions to HR, but AI doesn't have that kind of thoughts, so it was easy for asking questions to HR. I had got a replies even like that. So many people started us supporting AI. On the other hand, even so many candidates said that we are not comfortable with AI. It is like
yeah,
implementing a new thing, we will be having both sides, right? Coin has two sides, so
true,
we are
true.
facing these things. So when I approach my stakeholder, my founder, like we have a new solution like this, why can't we implement it? He's like, okay, let's try it out. Then we built a prototype using Lovable and Cursor. We built an MVP. First thing was a failure, then we built another model that worked well. It was built in 4 days. We launched it, and it really worked for us. And now, earlier we
Right.
were using only for hiring teachers. Now we started implementing it for sales roles and other multiple roles.
Right, yeah, I heard about like we did discuss this last week. So this might be a good time, Krishna, if you want to give a demo of the application. Very interesting way you have created. Like a lot of people, a lot of companies are using hiring where they send people to different dashboard or different UI of a provider, While in your case, it's a completely in-house application which just has some
Yeah.
power, some models from Tough AI. So would love to see that.
So we'll be uploading our resume, and it will automatically fetch all the details.
So this one, Krishna, is the sales one or is the older one?
Sales one.
Okay.
So it will automatically fetch all the experience and everything inside. So we have built in a way that all the details we have mentioned here will automatically pass to tough time. So it is like we don't want to share the information again and again. It is automatically tough times AI fetches the information from the application form, and it will be a hyper personalized interview where you're talking to an where a human is taking an interview. Let's start this.
Hi, Krishna Prasad. Welcome. I'm here to chat with you today about the inside sales specialist role at Bambinos. Hi, Krishna Prasad. It's great to have you here. I'm excited to get started. At Bambinos Live, we're looking for driven individuals to help shape the future of edtech sales. Let's dive into your background and see how you'd fit this role.
Hi, thank you for this interview. I'm so happy to be a part of Bambinos.live. I have an experience in web development and I have been working for past 1 year. I want to explore with the Bambinos because it is one of the top companies that are really performing well in the market. Yeah, in my previous company, I've been had to work deeply close with the clients. I have to understand their requirements and build a custom solutions for them. So it will be easy for me to make them understand the value of the product.
You can close the interview now, Krishna, and just
That's
walk
really good
through
to hear,
what
Krishna.
happened.
So post that it will upload the recording and it will give me the result. It is easy to evaluate. It like takes less than a minute.
Yeah, and this is also pretty unique that candidates would get like whether they move to next stage within the 5 or 10 minutes of
Yeah, in 10 minutes they clear
interviewing.
the first round and it will be easy for them to evaluate themselves how
Right.
good they are performing.
Okay. So that's it. We can stop here. So moving to the other thing. So now that screening and this is working, like how are you thinking about hiring for Bambinos? What changes are there in the pipeline?
So earlier, a talent acquisition specialist had to make hundreds of calls a day to just to know the candidate is really valuable or not. I mean, he's okay for this role. Now, currently, after the first round of filtration, we just need to have a because communication is sorted, their presentation is sorted, almost everything we need for a sales role or any particular role is being handled by AI. So the it's like we need to have a final discussion with them. That's it because it
Right.
acts as a founder or a talent HR. AI replaces everyone and takes care of all these rules and ask each and every question that we might each a founder or HR ask. No, all these questions are being handled by AI, so it is easy for us for hiring a person. And the person AI interview is not that much easy, I think so, because it is really difficult for candidates. So person who clears the AI interview is like really amazing.
Yeah. So moving on to the last part section, Krishna. So you have done a lot of lovable based analysis and you've
Yeah.
written about it. So could you walk through, like tell us about your experience of using lovable and in general vibe coding, like what attracted you, where do you find it useful and where to draw the line in that way?
So it's like earlier we need to spend a good time in creating a PRDs, validating that, talking with tech team. Now it is so simple that you have to write a good prompt. It's better not discuss. We create a whether our tech team or design team or me personally or founders. Everyone started using vibe coding that Now we don't discuss ideas. We just put some prompt, get the output, share that output to the people. Like, how do you validate this, or what can we add to this, or how can we implement this? So it's like now
Mm,
designs or products started talking each other. Earlier we need to
true.
discuss an idea, validate it, then it's a tedious process. Now, currently, if we are able to deliver new features every week, so we wipe code every new product or new feature. We test it with around 1000 to 2000 people. If it really works, we push it into production with traditional coding. Or else we should. A/B testing has really pretty much started becoming very much easy for us. Better result by coding, because whatever we have an idea, and if we sit and talk brainstorm, for example, if I talk with Ajitesh for 5 minutes, if I get an idea, okay, let's try it out, we implement it, we go to a set of customers, we validate them, okay, this is working well, move it into production, that's it.
Yeah, so when I was at Google, like we used to take, let's say, 2 weeks in research, meeting customer, doing PRD, and then you'll pass the PRD to UX, who'll pull in the mocks and take another 3, 4 weeks, and then engineering will write a design doc. That, okay, this is how we'll approach the design, and overall it will take a quarter for you to get a
Yeah.
feature ready to execute, like get the funding. Of course, like enterprise is different, but at least if you make people visualize that this is how things will look with
Earlier,
the
our co-founder used to discuss ideas, but nowadays, if he has something to tell, he'll just put a prompt to Lovable or some other tools. He'll just make it and share the ideas. Let's try it out this.
oh, nice, amazing.
Even we have told our
Yeah.
salespeople, if you want some feature added to your product or internal applications we use, if you want something, just build it. So they started literally everyone started using no-code tools, sharing us the prototype. Why can we add these kind of things to our application? Can we make this? Yeah.
This is pretty amazing idea. So basically, sales team also uses Lovable or
Yeah.
V0 to propose ideas. Yeah, that something that I would also encourage people who ask me for feature that if they can vibe code. Because a lot of ideas come from people and they will give really nice design, right? Like this button should be here or that way. But if
Because
they could just put it in the,
more than a product manager, salespeople are using we have in-house inbuilt CRM. So our
yeah,
CRM more than product manager, product designer, they use it daily. So we should focus
yeah,
on their thing. No, they'll suggest me. It's better. I have given them access for the model, so they'll just play on that. We can do it like this.
okay.
We can keep these buttons here. We can add this. They don't ask me. They build it and they'll share the link. We have done this. Can you just check this out?
Right. And now where do you draw the line in terms of productionization? And do you guys also use vibe coding in production app or there it's very different and it's mostly the existing developers who build the application?
So existing developers they use cursor for building the
Yeah,
products, because even it is easy for us. The cursor or windsurf it is really acting as a junior developer.
true. Yeah.
It is really performing well for us. Sometimes it fucks, it sucks a lot, but
Yeah.
literally we are able to manage that. We are able to bring into production at very good speed.
True, true. Yeah, we love Cursor that way. So yeah, that's mostly completes it. If you have to share any one thing that during this productionization using voice AI, what has surprised you or makes you hopeful about doing new things here? I
So
would love
it's
to
all
know.
about making impact. If you ask me 6 months back, I had zero idea how it will make an impact like this. It's like our hiring process has become pretty easier. Where I told you, know, it has we have seen an 7 to 10x growth in our hiring process. The quality of candidate we get. Early we have to screen. It's like nowadays people, if we see a job opening in LinkedIn, it's whether it matches you or not, we'll just apply it. We have seen so many they don't make an resume or that doesn't suits our job posting, still they apply it. So it is very difficult for us to screen on each and every candidates. Now on
True.
behalf of the human, AI is really playing very well. The candidates we get after the filtration of AI is really amazing. So around 80% of our time is saved in this part.
Got it. Yeah, no, that is sort of the most important thing in the AI, right? Like the initial hype of just doing new things is sort of going down.
Yeah,
Now, how we could make
after
an
using
impact.
Lovable, started using Lovable. Creating a product is a bit easy. I told even non-tech people or sales people are started to make products. So it is easy for creating a product. Now we are focusing on distribution. On that part, we are able to succeed.
True. Sounds good. It was pretty nice talking to you, Krishna. Thank you for all the insights.